Welcome to Survivor NSFW. We are covering Celebrity Big Brother, the bonus podcast here. Jonny, last night you were not able to watch the show, which was Thursday. So tonight, which is Friday, both Jonny and I watched Thursday night's episode and Friday night's episode. I had my kid's 10th birthday party, so fitting it all in. Jonny, tell the fans why you were unable to watch last night's Big Brother as it happened.
Just hanging out with the shirtless man. Some people call him the Machine. How fucking crazy was that?
Dude.
Did you see the picture of me and Bert Kreischer?
I did see the picture. Now, how was it, dude? Did you guys get to hang out and stuff? Like, tell me the story.
Yeah, it was so cool. So, like, him and I have just been talking via DMs for years. I mean, like, I heard the Machine story, I think 3 years ago, I believe on Joe Rogan podcast. And I reached out. He's like, oh my God, fucking Jonny Fairplay. I'm like, you're the fucking Machine. Yeah. And it was so, like, like, I was just like, wow, how cool is this? And, and since then he got a show on the Travel Channel and his stock's just blown up, because of the Joe Rogan podcast, his podcast, and then just being just an amazing comedian. I mean, he's hilarious. And so, we've been talking over the years. It's just like, as soon as you come close, and the closest he's been has been like DC, and that's a 4.5 hour drive for me. Mm-hmm. And it would fall like on a Tuesday night. Like, it just never worked out. He said that, like, the last time I was supposed to go, I think there was a wrestling gig that interfered with. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I just randomly find out like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he's going to be in Durham, North Carolina, 45 minutes from my house. I'm like, hey, he might have been like, yeah, I used to watch Survivor, but that shit's lame. He's just like, Jonny fucking Fairplay. He's like, dude, like, so I text him the morning of, and he goes, no, you fucking, or I DM him. He goes, no, here's my number. We're friends. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he goes, hey, he goes, and I'm gonna put us on a group text. Here's my my assistant's information. Now, I don't wanna blow up his assist. Well, fuck it, it's okay. So his assistant's name is Cobra.
Ooh.
Right? How fucking mysterious is this?
I love it. The plot thickens.
So I'm just like, hey, can you get me Fairplay +2, whatever. I asked Bert this, and he's like, he goes, let me bring the assistant on. He'll take care of everything. So the assistant writes back, you're covered. And I'm like, cool. So me and my buddies go, and so we get there, and I'm just like, hey, Jonny Fairplay +2, here, and they're like, I'm not seeing anything. And I'm like, ooh, like, and like right before we even walk up, like, because he had his big tour bus out, he had, Bert had retweeted the picture we took in front of the tour bus. I'm like, look, I can call, like, I don't even have to DM Bert. I can call him.
Right.
And they're just like, no, and they're like, dude, we follow. This is like the Carolina Theater in Durham, North Carolina. They're like, we follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Not Bert, we follow you. Like, we're fans of Jonny Fairplay.
Right.
And I was like, Cobra said that they're just like, just come around. You're covered, but just come inside. Bring your friends. So anyway, so I go, and I was just like, they're like, we're sold out. We happen to have 2 tickets here, 1 ticket here. And my friends are like, that's fine. They just want to see the show. And they're just like, well, number one, we don't, despite the fact that you're Jonny Fairplay, we don't think that you're making this up. And number two, you know Cobra's name. No one would know Cobra's name.
Right.
And I was like, have you actually spoken with Cobra? Because, I didn't. And they're just like, yeah. I'm like, is it a boy or girl? And they're like, right? They're like, we're thinking the same thing.
That's hilarious.
And so they're like, it's a boy. I was like, okay, cool. So So anyway, so we watch. The show is amazing. Like, I don't want to spoil anything because if anyone would like to see this little part, I thought it was so like I'm freaking out listening to it as a dad. He did like an hour of new material, just brand new. Like, but one little thing was based on a thing he did on Conan. So if you check out Conan O'Brien, type in Burt Kreischer, you'll hear him talking about this. He talks about throwing his daughter a period party.
Like you're saying, the first time the girl has a period, he's throwing a party to celebrate it.
Well, he didn't. He wasn't aware. So no. He he has two daughters, just like myself, and like and the second daughter, she calls him from school, and she was like, Dad, like I called mom, she's not picking up, I need I need help. And he was like, what? She goes, my period started. He's like, what do you need me? Do you need me to, do you need me to get some? Do you need like new underwear? Like, do you need new socks? Mm-hmm. Like, how bad is it?
Yeah, right. I would have no fucking clue.
Yeah. And she was like, no, she goes, I need supplies.
Yeah.
And he was, like tampons? She goes, no. She goes, we're throwing a fucking period party. And he was like, what the fuck is a period party? And she goes, I need a red velvet cake.
Oh my! His daughter is telling him this.
Yes. She goes, I need icing on the cake. She goes, I got to write the name of what I named my first period.
Oh my God.
She goes, I wear solid red. She goes, I want pasta with thick red sauce. And she goes, and I've invited 8 of my best girlfriends and 2 boys. And he was like, why are you bringing? She goes, because we're not telling them while they're there.
Oh my God, dude. That's fucking outrageous.
Outrageous. Yeah. So she named her period Jason because she had it on Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh,
so anyway, I'm just wanting to, because I have Piper just turned 11, and and Madeline's about to turn 2 in the next couple, and this stuff is about to enter my life, and
it is, dude.
And I'm just like, I was like, would Piper like a period party? Because I'd be all in on this. So because he's like making fun of those 2 boys. He's like was like top 5 moments of his. I mean, like this dude he was a member of the Russian mafia.
Yeah.
But making fun of 2 little boys that have no idea that they're at a fucking period party.
Yeah.
Is a top 5 moment.
That's pretty epic. I hope I can find this on YouTube because you sent me the footage. Of like a 15-minute clip. Yes. Yeah. And so he performs without his shirt on all the time?
Yeah, he came out with that
deal.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well he doesn't wear underwear, and he's a very gassy. He was farting the entire time, and he accidentally shits himself a lot.
He like sharts?
Yeah, he sharts on the rag.
Dude.
So but but anyway, so afterwards they have this this meet and greet lottery thing or whatever. But it's just a real quick, just selfie, so whatever. So anyway, so I go to the side, and they have like a merch booth thing, and so Cobra's like, Jonny fucking Fairplay. I was like, Cobra? And he is like, yeah, kind of a real. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's just like, he's had like 4 assistants named Joe. And he goes, and my name happened to be Joe. So it's just like, dude, you're not fucking Joe.
Wow.
He goes, how about you be like Cobra?
Oh my God, that's classic, dude. That's awesome.
He's Cobra. All right. So anyway, so we're hanging out, and he's just like, he goes, let me take you to the back. You hang out in the green room, and he's gonna do this quick little, like selfie. He's like, Bert wants to hang. He's like, okay. So he's like, tickets okay and all that. And I was just like, no. I'm like, actually, I had a problem. And he was just like, are you serious? I was like, it's fine. We got in. So anyway, so he drops us off. We're waiting for Bert. So then Bert comes, and we're hanging out with my friends, and it's fucking awesome. So we hang out for, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes. Yeah. And then we're leaving, and Cobra was just like, he goes, once again, he goes, I want to apologize for this. He goes, I just, while you guys were hanging with with Bert, I went and double checked. I have the email I sent. It's just like, hey, John Dalton +2, and I'm just like, what?
Oh my
And
God.
this dude is such a hard, like, no one said the word John Dalton ever.
So he knows you from Survivor Pearl Islands, where it said John fucking Dalton. He didn't realize that your
Fucking
official
island.
name was Johnny Fairplay. So
Yeah.
when you said Johnny Fairplay, they're like, well, I blame the idiots at the will call.
No, I don't blame them because my
Yeah,
my life
I know
says
that,
Fair.
but I'm saying I know that. But what
They,
I'm
I
saying
mean,
is,
they
if
could
they're
said,
like,
could it be under any other? But I wouldn't even think for the it's just like I wouldn't imagine being any
but
under
wouldn't
any
you
other name.
imagine will call being like, oh, John, you wouldn't happen to have an alias of John Dalton, would you, Mister
No.
Fairplay?
No,
Huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's funny.
But how crazy is that?
That's super crazy.
So anyway, so there, I would imagine there's some survivors listening to this. Cobra said, and Corinne's she's all in. If there's a survivor that like check out, if they're actual fans of the fucking machine, let me know, and I'll get in touch with Cobra, and they can check out the show.
Well, I was looking, like, at some of his tour dates, and there wasn't a whole lot at the present time. But there's a lot of comedy clubs in Cincinnati where a lot of big time comedians come, because I'd love to go see
Well,
the
he has
dude.
a shirt that has all like it's a polyester shirt it looks like his chest, and
Yeah.
on the back it had all the tour dates.
He might be
So,
coming. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, that's
check
good.
it- but no, but how crazy is that? That like I mean like people ask, it's just like do people still recognize? It's just like motherfuckers still know that my name is a name different than it was 7 years ago.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you. Dude. I mean, dude, and you're Johnny Fairplay. So they're like, my beard's a lot longer, but in Cincinnati, I will still get recognized because I'm a recognizable person because of my beard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, it's a
So-
it's a good gimmick. I mean, I've had people. They're just like, "You ever shave your head?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I shave my head one time." They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Would my life be a lot easier with a shaved head?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just like, "I'm fucking Johnny Fairplay. You
Yeah.
can have a shaved head."
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Work the gimmick, brother.
Hell yes. Well, Johnny and I we're talking before we got on the air about, it's late tonight. Like, let's just bust out that podcast and we just talk for like 12 and a half minutes on our escapades or Johnny's escapades from last
Oh,
night.
we talked about you had a Lego
I know,
party.
No, I know, but
Does it count?
I love it.
For the record, I'm jealous of the Lego party. And how was Lego 2? Was it good? Was it as good as the first one?
No. It was not. We're Lego fans in the Bischoff household, and my son's turning 10, so all his friends, they loved it and laughed. And
Will you submit a quick? I mean, it can be a 1 minute video, but all right. So anyone that's a patron of Survivor NSFW, we have a website you can go to. It's $5 a month to see the video of our weekly Wednesday deal, but to see pretty much every single thing that we do, and we're doing, at this point, 10 hours of bonus content a week. There's a ton of $10 gets you all the access to all that. Will you do just a video of your basement just for the patrons to see?
yes, because
the $10 patrons. It's
Yes.
$10 a month.
I'll give it to her, because here's the funny thing. So this dad, dude, drops his kid off. I never met this dad before. His dad drops his kid off, and Tessa brought him in the front door, and I got some Survivor stuff like Caramoan torch and some of my collection. And this dude's a big Survivor fan, dude. So he's geeking out over my shit.
Never been there before.
He's never been there and seen my shit. I think he might have dropped his kid off, but he's never been in my house.
Yeah.
So
Did he do like the peek through like at like on Big Brother when they get evicted? Do you
well,
like kind of try
maybe.
like,
So I was
so he tells his
downstairs.
son, he's like, dude, like leave the door, like push the door open, like when you go.
Yes, dude, he's in my house, and I heard Tessa talking, and then he walks down. I'm like downstairs playing this new BMX video game that just came out on Switch. It's usually on the iPhone, but I put it on the Nintendo, and I was waiting for all the other kids to come to the party. And so the dad comes down because he's heard about the epic Lego room, and this dude comes down. He is flipping out, dude, over he's never seen it. He's like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest basement ever." Cuz I got the, the Nerf shit, and like it's like Legoland down there.
For anyone, like, I mean, because I would imagine there's some people that are just Big Brother people that, maybe not listen to our Survivor coverage, which is second to none as far as unauthorized Survivor coverage. We're the only one. Every other podcast is authorized.
Yes.
So stop throwing shade other podcasts. You're all great. We love you all.
Oh, yes.
We're just the only one that there's a problem with.
Right.
So, and I don't even think there's a problem anymore. So we might not even be authorized anymore. We might just say it for no fucking reason. But but no, if you go to Matt Bischoff's basement, there's an entire wall that what are the things that come out like what do you call that? Like I'm not
the Lego side or the Nerf side?
The Nerf side.
Okay, so the Nerf, I made a pegboard. I built this pegboard wall.
What are the things that stick in the pegs? Where it just
So they're just these like so you put the pegboard on the wall, and then there's these like metal brackets that go into the pegboard, right? Yeah. And then you can like so there's a crazy Nerf arsenal of like tons of guns on a wall.
How many guns do you think are on the wall?
At least probably 75 to 80.
There's 75 Nerf guns on brackets on this peg wall. This is not a joke, Pete. I mean, like, this is worth in case you're just like, you know what? I wonder if it's worth $10. It is worth $10 to see fucking 80 fucking Nerf guns fucking pegged to a wall. Okay, yeah. So that's one wall.
Yeah, that's one wall, and then I bought these shelves so we've been collecting Lego sets, man. My boys, especially my oldest son Ryder, since he was, like probably 4, and so
hold on. So Matt and I first meet last year, but Matt and I have been watching each other's lives for 4 or 5 years now, via YouTube and social media. Because my daughter's 11 and she's been into Legos her whole life. Like, she did the Friends series because she's a girl, but she's huge into Marvel, her whole life in Star Wars. So we built those things, but we would watch the videos of Matt's kids making their Legos, and she was just, like the one that got me, because when I was a kid, I thought the ultimate Lego set was the Death Star. Yeah. And what was it? A promise that if you did Survivor, you would.
Oh yeah. So originally I was like, my original plan was, if I win Survivor, I will buy you the Lego Death Star, because that was like the epitome of the best Lego set in my kid's eyes. It's like $400
or any kid's eyes. I'm right there with.
so obviously I did not win Survivor. However, we are into collecting toys, man. Whether it was Toy Story, Disney car. I have an insane Disney cars collection.
My dad does too.
Really, like the original Disney cars.
My dad has. My dad still. I'll take you a video. My dad's walls in his living room are covered in Disney cars.
Yeah, dude, that movie, Disney cars, it's crazy. And they're all put away. I'm saving this stuff for later. I'm not getting rid of it. But so we go through these phases, and so Lego's always been there, and we just have tons of Lego sets. And they sold.
So you just caved on the Death Star?
No. So my boys. So my son Ryder, he had a Nintendo 3DS, and they had a whole shitload of these Imaginext toys, this big dragon castle and all this shit. So my boys sold, they're like, hey, we don't play with this stuff anymore, and I really want the Death Star, so we're gonna sell these toys via Craigslist. Got the money, and they did it from saving their own money from selling the shit. And we went into the Lego store one day, and my kids just said, "Hey, we want one Lego Death Star, please." And they brought this huge box out. And they just like started like throwing cash on the thing, and they walked out with it.
They make it rain.
They made it rain, and I think it was my son Ryder. I think he was 7 years old, and I think over 9 separate. I think it was. I have it written down somewhere. 9 separate building sessions, meaning sat down 9 separate times and it was 15 hours, 42 minutes. 7 years old building and dude, the thing is that people might think, oh, Dad's building this shit. If our patrons ever come to my house for some reason for like an event or something,
like they come to kill you.
Yeah, they come to kill me.
Check out the Legos first. Or after.
Every Lego set was built by my son Ryder. Now, when we did the Death Star build, when I say we, this is what happened. It's such a massive set that it builds in sections, like because it's a globe. Yeah. So you have to build it in layers, right? And it's if you fuck up anything, it's fucked. So I literally sat there every time he would sit down to build, and I would monitor the build and making sure that he didn't fuck up anything, which he didn't. I think I might have helped him put some decals on some pieces so the decals would be straight. Because when he was 7, putting decals perfectly symmetrical on a piece, which I hate the decals. Everything should be most of the time the expensive sets. They're
laser that shit on there,
right, man. But it was fucking cool. So yeah, the Death Star. The guy that came over tonight, he's like, I heard you have a Lego Death Star. I was like, yeah. I was like,
word on the street is you got a Lego Death Star somewhere in this house.
I was like, yeah, the Death Star's up in my son's room. The Death Star fucking ain't down here with the other shit. Yeah. But
all right, so when you come, all right, so when you go down to the basement, there's like 2 walls with just shelves with completed Lego projects. How many Lego projects do you think are on the shelves?
200.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
okay, once again, patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. Do it for 1 month. You get the video version of all of our podcasts, including this one, which we're about to talk about, Big Brother, I promise. We have Randy Bailey last week from talking Survivor Edge of Extinction, Manu Tribe bitter cast assessment. This coming Wednesday, we have the Kama bitter cast assessment episode. And we do a Q&A, we do a Survivor watch along. We have Survivor cast interviews. It's really fun. It's really cool. We try us out for a month. The best way to support the podcast and the hours and hours that we put in when we don't have a Lego party or go see the machine live, which is very rarely, I assure you.
Yeah.
We are working towards delivering you guys some of the best content that we can personally provide. And so we thank you all. We really appreciate when you do go Patreon to support us. So last plug for that, patreon.com/Survivor NSFW.
So let's go through 3 hours of content in like 10 minutes. So here we go. Thursday night's Big Brother. It starts off. Tom is surprised. He's still in the house. Kato is gone. Tamar.
Well, Tom says, Tom asks, he goes, am I a redundant house guest? And this is, I believe, a reference to The Office UK. Did you?
No.
Have you ever watched the UK version?
Nope.
So the UK version is like the US version. I wasn't a huge fan. I watched it and I enjoyed it. I just wasn't. I love the US version.
Mm-hmm.
But British humor is and some for some Americans like myself is a little stiff in some ways. So the big thing is coming down from the higher ups to their version of Michael Scott. It's just like, hey. There's going to be a redundancy, like you're going to have to fire some employees because we're we're scaling down. And so the entire season one, they're talking about the redundancy, and so when Tom says, "Am I a redundant house guest?" I smiled a little smile inside. I was just like, I think he's making an Office UK reference.
He probably was. He probably was. Tamar, we see she's celebrating that Kato's gone.
Yeah, we'll talk about her excessive celebration. She would receive a penalty flag in the NFL.
Oh yeah, she over celebrates, and like you said, we'll get to that. Lolo is saying she needs to get Tom out next, and Candy kind of says Tom is like a lost puppy, but Candy's smart because she wants to work with Tom. She's like, Tom's in the game still. This is my opportunity to take the vulnerable Tom Green at this point that may think he has no options left, and work with Tom.
She's ready to draw an imaginary line in the sand that she's hoping no one else sees, and it's Tom, Candy, and Dina versus Lolo, Ricky, and Eva Marie. And you have the swing vote for so many votes now, Tamar, which Candy feels she's more aligned with her than anyone else in the house. And she's right.
Mm-hmm. She is. And so we got Ricky, Lolo, and Natalie. They kind of need to win to stay head of household moving forward because everyone, I would assume they're a strong alliance, dude. And, Dina and Candy are wanting Tom in with them. They want to get the athletes out of the house, which, Ricky, Lolo, and Natalie. That's a strong group, man. Like,
and Tom is paranoid.
He admits he's paranoid. He admits
Candy's coming and going, hey, here's a chance to make a play. Just kind of throwing it out there, get some rest to it. And he's just like, is she just saying this because she's working with? And it's just like, oh my God, stop! You have one person trying to work with you, Tom.
Yeah,
one.
And
stop
I think
what if she is lying? That's still better than your option of no one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Tom admits he has paranoia and has social anxiety and things like that, and you can see it. And that's definitely probably not something that you want to have at this stage in the game. Yeah,
or
especially
in Big Brother in general.
Yeah, in Big Brother. So we go to the HOH competition. This is like a Vegas casino, and Omarosa comes out and surprises everybody.
My good friend Omarosa.
So what did you think of that? Were you pretty pumped that she was involved in this season?
I loved it. I mean, it's I did Celebrity Poker Showdown with Omarosa. And I was the bad guy. Omarosa usually shares that title with most people. I remember being booed rather loudly, and especially she was a 70 probably 80-year-old woman on oxygen in the crowd, and she yelled at me, "Shut up, Jonny Fairplay," from the crowd, and I said, "Why don't you act your age and fucking die?"
Oh my God.
And she started hyperventilating. And Omarosa had to go into the crowd and console her to stop her from possibly
wow.
acting her age and dying.
So did you apologize or no?
No.
Would you apologize now?
Yeah, I wouldn't have said, "Would you act your age and fucking die?" I mean, that's the thing. Like, I catch this fucking shit on fucking Reddit, and so it's just like, you were so bad. You like, okay, my first Survivor, I was a 30-year-old punk kid. They're just like, what, 30-year-olds are punks? I was a 30-year-old punk fucking kid. I went to be the biggest bad guy in the history of reality television. I feel, at least at the time, I succeeded in that. So me, being halfway nice to Lil in a final jury, it was not the plan. So, me on Celebrity Poker Showdown, I'm competing against Omarosa. I want to show Omarosa who the fucking heel is.
Yes.
I sell a shirt at johnnyfairplay.com that says heel on it because I'm a fucking bad guy.
Well, let me ask you this. So are you more about forgiveness and love and happiness and like hippie Grateful Dead style now in 2019? Like, do you feel that you can pretty much get along with most people?
No.
Okay. The only because I was wondering, like, there's this guy named, I heard about this dude named War Dog.
I have a Grateful Dead patch on my jean jacket.
I saw.
like
I'm gonna rip that off your. I'm gonna rip that off your
You don't like
fucking
the Grateful
jacket.
Dead?
Fuck no.
Really?
I can't stand those kind of bands, dude.
Jam bands?
Fish,
Yeah, have you ever
Grateful
heard the song
Dead.
Touch of Grey is a good song.
Touch of Grey was, but that wasn't like normal Grateful Dead shit.
Well, I don't have to like. I hate a jam band. I mean, like I like Dave Matthews, but like Dave Matthews.
I can tolerate Dave Matthews.
And I've seen the Fish in concert. I saw the Hoist tour. Fish.
Oh, Fish. Yeah.
I saw the Hoist tour. That was like their commercial stuff, and people were like, "I hate that." I'm like, "That's the shit I like."
Yeah. Well, no, I ain't hating. There's a lot worse music.
I like a chorus and
you like catchy verses, like.
Yeah, I like an 8-minute song.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, I love fucking Tool, dude, and they have and their new album that's taken forever to record is supposed to have every song's over 8 minutes. You know.
Well, then I might not like that.
So okay. So we'll get back to it. So Omarosa's the host. Tamar can't compete. It's a head-to-head competition. You get inside a big die, or I guess die is the singular version of dice.
Celebrity Tumbling Dice is the name of the competition.
Yes,
and I thought the cool thing was, like, you know, when Omarosa says, you know, she spins the wheel and she's like, and here's the correct way to do it. That's what they do on the poker shows.
Really?
I mean, they don't show how they go, and here's the combinations that can win this hand.
That's cool. So here's the thing. Like, I don't want to go through every single, but I tell you what. So
Tom figures out how to do it.
Tom figures out. Yes, he figures out how to do it. He becomes. It's like you're a hamster on this wheel. Like, you're walking and you got to like spin this thing and get it up on this platform. Tom ends up winning this competition.
Yeah, he's inside a single die and he figures out how to end up with the correct number on top.
Yeah,
so
and the thing
no one else figures that shit out.
And the thing I love about Tom, and we'll get to the other competitions later, is like he is thinking and trying to figure things out. Like,
he was beautiful mining that shit in the fucking side. He went into his own fucking world, and it was pretty amazing. And the big move in that competition was, you know, everyone's calling out Tom, and Tom's destroying them. Candy has a chance to go against anyone she wants, and she chooses to go against Eva Marie. Not that she thinks that she can beat Eva Marie, but just to show in front of everyone that she's proving her loyalty to Tom.
Right.
So,
well, and one of my other
Tom needed that.
Oh yeah, and one of my takeaways is, did you catch Omarosa say, "You gotta dig deep"? She stole it.
No, I didn't catch the.
Yep.
Oh man,
dude, she said, "Dig deep," completely, blatantly, and utterly stolen from Jeff Probst.
But you know what? Like, I never, until this past season, I've never thought of that as a Jeff Probst catchphrase. Like, I know
Really?
you have, it's written on the end, like, you know, they had the subliminal stuff on the inside of the Survivor hat.
Right.
Never considered the phrase, "you gotta dig deep," a Probstism.
Well,
Like, you know, come on in, guys. Want to know what you're playing for?
Yeah.
You know, the tribe has spoken. Fire represents your life in the game. All those. You got to dig deep. Never has it been in my
she obviously did, because she brought it out.
You think she was channeling her inner Probst?
I do. I think that it was a subconscious. She was playing the host of this event, and boom, it just came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
she did tell me, one-on-one, face-to-face, with a hug, that I'm the greatest bad guy in the history of reality TV.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
I love Omarosa.
Hell, I've never met her.
She's been nothing but nice and genuine with me. I mean, unless she was lying about me being the greatest, and then she wasn't genuine at all.
Right. Well, that's pretty good compliment.
I think so.
So, Tom wins.
She's the best too.
Hell yeah. Tom wins HOH. Tom doing it for Kato. Everyone starts tripping out after he wins.
Kato on his Instagram has been like putting up pictures of him and Tom, you know, as a tomato and stuff. So dude, Kato misses Tom.
Oh, I'm sure they were tight, man.
Yeah,
you know,
it's cute. It's cute.
Everyone starts tripping. Lolo, Natalie, Eva Marie, Tamar, they're freaking out. They're worried. We see everyone kind of. Dina approaches Tom, actually talking game for the first fucking time.
And she tells Tom that Lolo and Eva Marie, they're mean girls. And Tom goes, well, you would know.
Yes, that's hilarious. And Tom doesn't want people to see that he's talking to Dina. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, we're good. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's good.
And Dina was only good for one sentence of strategy talk for 20 days. Let's be honest. I mean, she had pretty much expelled all that she had.
Right, she did. She did. And we see Natalie telling Tamar that Candy is with Tom. Like, Natalie is a smart player, dude. Like, she's observant and she's good in just the challenges and the social game, man. She's definitely been someone that I think could have easily.
I think she's a great player. Like Eva Marie, I think is smart. Lolo, she's part stupid. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not throwing. I'm saying it in the friendliest version. But she's like, we need to explain to people that Candy and Dina have no blood on their hands, and you can't keep them. And I'm just like, and I think she really means it. And it's just like, yeah, they also have no fucking resumes either.
Right, yeah.
Like you're the point you're pitching is shit.
Right, it is. Tamar wants to protect Candy. Natalie all of a sudden says Candy is dead to me. It's this drama going on, and then Candy and Dina start talking, and I don't know why they put this in the show. Dina starts talking about this 5-year relationship.
5-year relationship over the phone.
Dude, then she says she's going to marry him, and they're all saying, it's well, first of all, she said, yeah, he doesn't FaceTime. He's not really an iPhone dude.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
And they've never met.
Yeah, they've never met.
Yeah.
Something is weird there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed like almost like after watching Dirty John documentary. Or not documentary, I'm sorry, the TV show on Bravo and listening to the podcast on New York Times.
Have you ever watched Catfish?
No, I have not. But I have a friend named Catfish who's a big BMX pro and announcer and hilarious fucking dude, Catfish. But I've never seen Catfish.
You should watch the movie Catfish and then watch the TV show Catfish.
Okay.
But the movie's not as good after after knowing about the TV show. But if I was being catfished, I would want Tamar to come with me to confront that person. Yeah. Of anyone on the planet, like Max and Neve from the TV show and the movie, they're great, love them. But if I could pick one person ever, Tamar would be my pick. Yeah. Tamar is very Rooster-esque. She gets the neck going.
Oh yeah. She's got
cock-a-doodle-doo.
She did. Yes. So we see Dina's pretty clueless on this whole relationship thing, and then Tom, we see this dude start having like these one-on-one meetings, almost like
so amazing.
With every single person.
He's like, here's my pitch. What are you offering back? Do we have a deal? Here's my pitch. So he goes through everybody, goes to his targets, and he finally gets to his ultimate target, and everyone agrees. They're just like, okay, I won't put you up. We're good. He gets to Ricky Williams, and Ricky goes, no. Yeah. he goes, here's my counter offer. Don't put up any of my people, and you get final 5, and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
He goes, but you got no. He goes, I hear the deal you're offering. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. And it's just like, wow.
That's not the first time that Ricky has completely shot down something in this game, dude. Like,
yeah.
When
Team Fun.
Yeah.
No name.
Yeah, no name.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, that dude is not playing. You know what I mean? And
how great! I mean, like watching, like that's like a man being a man.
Oh yeah, you know? Yep. I might actually have to go back and watch some YouTube videos of Ricky playing football. Was he a good football player?
Yeah, it just could not stop smoking the pot because you can't smoke the pot.
Yeah.
Which I think is ridiculous versus the pills that some athletes get on for their pain.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine the motherfucker was getting high before a game. That ain't helping you.
No. He would just Well, rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
It's
I
like
understand.
if you want to be in a job or a certain situation and you can't, you know,
Can't get high. You can't get high.
You can't get high. And if
I
you
mean,
choose to do it and you lose your job, which is him being an NFL football player, then so be it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just have I have a problem with it in something with the amount of pain that leads to. How are you supposed to address the? I mean, they're telling you to address the pain with prescription medication.
Yeah, I know. It's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
It's fucked up. One of the things I see is funny. It's like 2:30 a.m.
Oh, the Tomadactyl?
Yeah, everyone's sleeping. They've been showing a lot of. They've been painting Tom as this real. I mean, he is a weird dude, but
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, he's just like going around with cereal boxes on his hands, flying
He's a
around.
Tomadactyl.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. He's all
But
by himself.
I think all these are to paint a friendly image of Tom for the viewing public. I really get the impression that he was not so friendly. I mean, like if you pay close attention, it's just what do they call him, the Mad King.
Yeah.
When he has any kind of power, he becomes the crazy Mad King.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not once. It's just every single time.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's go with the plan. It's done. It's just stop.
Yep.
It can't.
So we're gonna skip to the nomination ceremony. Everybody in the house looks nervous as hell. It's like, who is Tom gonna nominate? And he ends up nominating Ricky and Natalie at the nomination ceremony. And he had a lot of thought, and he's had a lot of choices to make this season, dude. Do you think? Do you think it's the right move?
Natalie and Eva Marie.
He nominates.
I mean, sorry, Ricky and Eva.
Ricky.
Yeah, no, honestly, if knowing what I know now about the final five, Ricky's deal wasn't the worst offer.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. You're exactly right, dude. You're exactly right. It was.
I mean, because we're gonna break down what the final episode is, and it's pretty compact.
It is. So we see Ricky and Natalie, Eva Marie were nominated, and then we go to Friday night, basically, which is tonight. It's a double eviction night. It's day 21.
Lolo, where are you at on like?
Here's the thing with Lola, dude. I hated her a couple weeks ago. Like, she's becoming more tolerable. Yeah. But I'm still not a huge fan.
Well, see, like the first night in the house, I was just like, who is this beautiful girl that I've never seen in my entire life? I've never even heard the name Lolo Jones. Mm-hmm. So, because I don't really watch the Olympics. Like last year when the Olympics were on, I was watching Celebrity Big Brother.
Right.
And last time the Olympics were on before that, it was a few years. I just don't. I'm not in. I'll watch the snowboard stuff.
Yeah. Right.
That's about it.
Right.
I think that's the only Olympics I watch is the snowboard stuff. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I think it's great. But I don't think Lolo Jones does that, so I've never heard Lolo Jones. So see her, I'm just like, wow, she's exotic. She's beautiful. I don't know. I guess just standing beside Eva Marie doesn't help anybody.
Dude, you said at the beginning of the season, Lolo's hot. I think she has too much of a dude type body. Like,
she is
a supreme athlete. I appreciate athletic male and female people and their builds and their dedication to their craft, right? But I would rather see a freaking yes, I would. Now, even though she's fake too, as far as the fake tits and stuff,
okay.
but
she has the receipts. It's all paid for.
Yes. So we go Friday, double eviction night. Lolo was shocked she wasn't on the block.
Yeah.
Tom, he basically
because she has to make it about herself.
I know, and Tom knows that Natalie's the biggest threat, even as opposed to Lolo, because I don't even know how to. I mean, I started hearing tonight for the first time. I think that there's a jury that determines who wins.
Well, the jury is the jury on regular Big Brother, and it's been forever since I watched it. But it's basically like the jury on Survivor. They put them in a house. There's a sequester house that they put them in instead of the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
They put them, and they bring them the episodes.
Okay.
So they get to watch the episodes in the house and make their decisions based on the episodes.
That's pretty fascinating.
Yes.
Um,
So on Celebrity Big Brother, I would imagine they they said a couple times, that they go to the sequester house, and then Tom was acting like he was going to go home tonight to his house.
which may have been kind of
So
worked
I
out
don't.
ahead of time. Well, the beautiful thing.
Either way, he's going to watch the episodes in base. But on Celebrity Big Brother, everyone gets to vote.
Well, dude, the cool thing is, dude,
Except
honestly,
Scaramucci, because he was never a house guest, even though
that's
he's
pretty cool. Like that they actually get to watch, because on Survivor,
yeah.
it's like you see what you see at Tribal Council and you hear the stories. Imagine being able to be on the jury on Survivor and
someone
see videotape of the stuff.
Hate it. that does not work into Jonny Fairplay's wheelhouse.
No, I know. That's what it's what kind of makes Big Brother fascinating. Like the different nuances and things, man. Like there's a lot of similar things, yet totally different.
Totally different.
Tom seems very stressed out. He makes a comment, dude, like, I think he was talking to Candy, like, isn't it crazy? Like, when in your life have you not gone outside for like 20-something days?
Yeah.
That is pretty nuts.
Well, that's the opposite on Survivor. It's just like the biggest thing that killed me on Survivor, and I never thought about it prior to Survivor. When it rains in your normal fucking life, yep. if rain starts coming down, there is always somewhere to go to not be in the fucking rain.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
There. I mean, like you could be in the middle of a field and you can run far enough to where you're underneath fucking something and you're not going to be fucking wet.
Yep.
At any given time, as long as you've been alive. Yeah. Prior to setting foot on that island. When it rains, it's just like, well, you just get in the shelter. That motherfucking shelter don't keep you dry.
No, fuck no, dude. Palm fronds, dude.
That woods don't keep you dry.
No. That is the worst. And I was actually, it was downpouring, monsooning yesterday at work, where I work. And the fucking, I had to get pallets off this truck pulled up, right? In the not just raining, torrential monsooning rains. So this forklift, dude, does not have a roof over it. So I literally went in this freaking corner of this place and I found like cardboard and shit and I put it on top to make a freaking roof over it just so I could go get these out real quick. And it made me thinking about Survivor. I'm like, dude, I cannot, like, that was the worst thing. Being fucking just drenched at all times. It sucks.
But on you would have killed for a piece of cardboard.
I know.
How insane is that? Just like, hey, if we just had a piece of cardboard, our life would be 8,000 times better than it is right now.
I know. So
a piece of cardboard.
I know. It's crazy, dude. Big Brother, man. Thinking about the real one of 3 months, that's freaking pretty damn gnarly. I don't know if I could handle it, man. I mean, I would probably, but damn. That would be hard.
I don't know. I don't think you could. I don't think you could, like, because Survivor's a long time. Big Brother is just exponentially longer.
Yeah. Fuck that.
For no reason. Why does it need to be that long?
I don't know. Especially for podcasters. Fuck, I don't want to watch 3 months of this shit.
Yeah, right.
Especially if it was a sucky season, that would be even make more.
Yeah, they've had some stinkers,
dude. So, Natalie says that Lolo needs to get picked for the veto contest and win.
Yeah,
Tom,
that's
he's
the
worried.
Only way to protect all three.
Yeah, and Tom's worried about Lolo winning veto and then having to put up somebody else. You know what I mean?
See, I'm loving Lolo not being able to compete in the POV because, like, I thought, I didn't like Tom when he was maniacal, but I didn't like Lolo and Eva Marie being mean girls.
Right.
And I'm someone that likes heels, but it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. Yeah, so it's right now it's veto picking time. So Tamar, Candy, and Dina is who gets picked. Lolo is the host of the veto competition.
Did you get the name of the competition? She said like Color Blast.
Color Blast.
Color Blast?
Yep.
Okay, I must have had like a skip in the audio. I couldn't hear it.
I see. I have this down in my notes. So Tom goes to like shake Ricky Williams' hand. And
Oh,
Ricky
high five.
Completely. Oh yeah, and he completely disses him.
And then Tom does the hair.
Oh yeah, yep. He like.
Oh,
fucking,
it was so great.
It's fucking hilarious,
Dude. On real quick on I did Celebrity Family Feud.
Yeah.
And our host was that fucking Tool Time fucking dickhead.
Oh yeah, Tom the Tool Man.
No, the other one, Al.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like in between, like we filmed 5 episodes. It was 5 Survivor guys versus 5 Survivor girls, and I wouldn't agree to, like, you have to have your first name on your fucking thing, and I was just like, I'm not doing this unless it says Fairplay. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll check, and they're like, all right, they agreed, you can be Fairplay.
Right.
So we're about to go out to film an episode, and the Tool Time guy goes, Fairplay. I'm like, yeah. He goes, what was your born name? I was like, John Dalton. He goes, second time mentioned tonight. We haven't said it in probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, you should probably go by that. That's a good name. You should do that instead of Fairplay. And I'm like, fuck you, Tool Time. And so we go out, to film, and he comes and shakes your hand. He goes down each person. So he goes to shake my hand, and I go, woo, and I flare him, and I put my hand up. Oh my God.
He got pissed.
You'd think I shit in his mouth.
Oh my God, dude. That's hilarious.
So great. Fucking Tool Time.
Oh my God, dude.
You
That's
should change your name.
Yeah,
You should change your name to fucking Tool Asshole.
Right.
It sounds better than Tool Time.
Yeah. We go to this challenge. It's called Color Blast, right? And it's an old Charlie Chaplin style, black and white, old.
It was cool,
time
man.
movie.
I dug it.
It's a memory style competition.
It's basically Simon.
It is basically Simon. And it's funny because Tamar throws the challenge on purpose because she doesn't want to be put in this position to have anything to do with power of veto. And Ricky is the first one out with the slime bukkake. It's all color.
And it knocked him. He did take the bukkake to the face.
It
knocked him back. He was so not ready for that.
He wasn't, because when I didn't realize it till they did the slow-mo footage of the paint splatter.
Yeah.
He went back 6 feet, dude.
Into
and that's
the
a big
screen.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit!
Did you notice? Eva Marie took it like a champ.
Oh, she did.
Eva Marie, she's taking a few blasts to the face.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do. Yeah, I especially know that after I Google image searched Natalie Eva Marie one day and realized that she's posed nude a bunch of different times. Huh?
Has she? Did she do Playboy or something?
Something. Yeah, there was some.
I guess she probably did Playboy. And most of the WB girls did.
There's some. You just have to search yourself. Just type in, Natalie Eva Marie nude or something, and everything will pop up. But anyway, Tamar.
Literally.
Yes. Everything. You might even get to see my favorite planet, Uranus. So all I know is Candy gets out. Tom Green's Tom Green's funny as shit, and Tom ends up winning, dude. And so that means Tom is the HOH, and he has the power of veto. So he is in big time power, but with power comes a lot of stress, anxiety, and decisions and paranoia of what to do.
He becomes the Mad King again.
He does. He's because everyone's thinking, Candy, right, who's been talking to Tom, thinks that it's just gonna stay the way it is, and he's not gonna use the power of veto.
Yeah, she's like all he has to do. I understand he wants Ricky Williams, but it's just hey, just let's. let's talk like friends and make me feel good about the decision that you would like me to make. And that's not Tom's just like, well, it's Ricky or the highway, and to ensure that, I'm going to put your friend up so you can't fuck me. And it's just like, whoa, what?
Oh
What?
yeah, so she's pissed that
Yeah.
he's even talking about putting Tamar up on the block just to prove so people will vote a certain way. And then Candy goes and tells Tamar, and Tamar confronts Tom, and
Oh yeah.
she's not stoked on it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, do people like Tom Green, or because I'm getting the vibe that not many people do of the going to high five Ricky.
Oh, in the house, no. There, as I said, he is he becomes this bad person when he has a shred of power. So, and I've seen it in Survivor. People, it's just like which on Pro Islands, Dara and Tawana were just they were just normal fun girls, and it's just like, hey, and then like Tawana had 1 second of power, and she's like, yeah, we're sending home your best fucking friend. Be cool with it, or you're right fucking behind him. And I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah,
Like, you were cool for like 29 days. Like,
yeah.
why are you,
It becomes weird. It is interesting, and Tom says this later on at the end of the episode. He makes a comment how one thing he learned was how human behavior works.
yeah.
And
Absolute power absolutely corrupts. I mean,
yeah,
like that's in your history book for a reason, because it just repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. And a game of social dynamics like a Survivor or a Big Brother, it's just a microscopic view of the big microcosm that is, the human psyche and the human game of chess.
yeah.
So,
And the interesting thing I see is Tamar finally she confronts Tom, right, and she starts going on saying, Tom, you're a bully.
yeah.
You're threatening people, and Tom says, "Dude, I don't like." Stop saying the word threaten. This is a game. And the one constant I've seen in Tom's behavior, which is fascinating, because I would not be as Rodney on season 30 of Survivor would say, calm, cool, and collected, or whatever he would say. Tom is relaxed when he's like, he doesn't get all irate screaming. He's like, this is a game. Like, I'm not, like, don't say that word. This is a game. We're playing a game. I'm not a bully. You're bullying me. Because we've seen it where Lolo and Ricky and all these people have kind of gone off. Natalie, even Marie, have gone off on Tom throughout this season. And I think Tom has held his own and presented himself pretty well when people are fucking attacking him. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he does good by not attacking back, but I think he's instigating and provoking these attacks to begin with.
But here's the thing, dude. Jonny Fairplay on Pearl Islands of Survivor, there was plenty of times where Sandra Diaz Twine is you're provoking shit.
Yeah,
Sandra Diaz Twine's getting pissed off at you or somebody else,
yeah.
and
I
you're
attack back.
and you attack back.
Yeah, I attack back.
That is the normal response to most humans, but
Yes.
Tom isn't doing that. That's
No.
kind of what I'm getting at. So
Yeah.
yes, he is provoking some shit, but it's a game, and the interesting part is Tom at this point is like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna lock myself in the room. I guess,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say anything to anybody.
Nope.
The only thing I'm gonna do is talk to the cameras
Yeah.
that are in the
No,
room.
no. They said I'm not even gonna tell you.
Yeah, so is it the head of household room? Is that the room he was like?
Yeah,
What's it called? Okay,
he's in the HOH room.
he's in
No,
the H-
he explains he's not even gonna tell the cameras what he's gonna do. He
Yeah.
goes a little fucking crazy.
he does go crazy, but he's, as he said prior, dude. I think he is getting mental because he starts thinking like, I haven't seen outside in 20 days, and the one thing that made me crazy, dude, on the game of Survivor was I started freaking out. Not freaking out, but it starts mentally messing with you because I was like, man, I've been out here kind of a long time. I haven't talked to my kids or my wife, and I'm trying to think in my head of what my kids' voices sound like, and I couldn't picture it, dude. I'm like, man, I'm forgetting what my fucking kids voices sound like, and it starts fucking with you mentally. And if you really let yourself go down that rabbit hole, it can fuck up your game. So you got to like just mentally try to block out any kind of thing and just focus on the game.
If only I were a heartless guy.
Yeah, right. But I think maybe Tom, dude, maybe we see little hints of, doubt, paranoia, thinking mentally that you've been in this house for an X amount of time, and fuck, what's going on the outside world? I've missed the Super Bowl. I've missed all this. I think that might be screwing with him, and that may be why we see him go a little bit crazy, and CBS is kind of glorifying those crazy moments when he's dancing and flying around like a bird.
Maybe.
Tom Green's crazy looking to me, but I've liked it. So Tom calls everyone into a veto meeting. And Tom ends up using the power of veto on Ricky Williams and puts up Lolo. This completely it was shocking to me. I really did not see that necessarily coming. Did you?
No. Because I knew he was going to do something. Like we kind of got the hint that he's gone crazy and he's doing something.
Yeah, he was going to do something, but
I think he just did something for the sake of doing something.
Well, yeah, maybe he may be like, man, I'm not. He may have thought, dude, by the numbers, I pissed off all these people. There's no way I'm going to win this game. So let me just do something wacky, and be known for doing something.
Maybe this will work out.
Yes, that's what he probably did.
I did love the speeches. It's just like Eva Marie. She explains how she could be a good ally, and she couldn't even not laugh while saying it to Tom.
Yeah.
She would be a good, and then Ricky Williams was basically like, "Fuck you."
Right. Yep. And Lolo, I think her speech was actually really good. And Natalie Eva Marie kind of gets emotional.
Oh, we're not there yet. We're this is on the when he asked them to do the POV speeches. Like she explains that she would be Natalie Eva Marie says she'd be a good ally.
Oh, okay, right on, dude. So
then he uses it on Ricky Williams and replaces Ricky with Lolo.
Yes, and Tamar's so pumped she's not on the block.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And Candy is completely shocked because she's like, "Damn, Tom just told me a little bit ago that he was going to put Tamar up there." So,
then we go to the vote. And my big takeaway from the vote is, it's just like Eva Marie, and Tamar, and Tom Green is crazy. I think, if she thinks Tom Green's a little crazy, I don't think she's I think she wanted that out there. Like, I think she was just like, people, I don't think you understand. This man is nuts.
Do you think he's really? I mean, he is pretty fucking.
I think he lost it in there. I really think he lost it. I mean, I don't. I'm serious. I think he upset some. I think he became a fucking mess.
Yeah. I mean, which is fascinating because he kind of like, well, we'll get into that, but yeah, I would have to agree with that. So
I think CBS has been very kind in his edit.
Yeah, probably have. Yeah, he probably has some meltdown style moments. I do like his beard though. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like a older, more distinguished Jonny Fairplay.
That's right. And I hate to see Natalie Eva Marie go out.
But I like to watch her leave. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, I do. So she's...
God, those fucking pants. Are you kidding me? I mean, she came in like a dream and left like a dream.
She did. And we start seeing this as Julie Chen Moonves is talking to her.
Thank you, Matt Bischoff Moonves.
Yes, we see this the celebrity news twist come through, and at first I kind of
great. No one goes like the music plays like goes. Usually they play the music and people are like entertainment tonight,
right.
Dun, 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 entertainment tonight, which are not they're not words to the song.
Right. You're singing along to the melody. Yeah.
But Tamar sings Entertainment Tonight.
So I thought
it's the living room.
Yeah, I know. No one's. And I thought it was funny because Natalie Eva Marie says, "Does this mean is this a hint that I get to go back in the house?"
I thought she was going because Julie was like, "Wait, right here," like she's just like, "Hey, don't get sad yet."
So that's exactly what I thought. I thought that, and Natalie Eva Marie made a statement. Does that mean I'm going back into the game? But at the same time, I was thinking that would be utter fucking bullshit if they put her back in the game.
They do worse shit. They do that shit. Big Brother does that.
Give me a break, dude.
No, Big
that
Brother.
Is stupid.
If they have someone they want to keep in that fucking house, they put that motherfucker back in the house.
Dude, yeah, I imagine. I mean, of course, everyone wants to look at Natalie Eva Marie and her gameplay. I liked her in the show. I thought she could have won this game, but she does not go back in. We find out the celebrity news twist is a battle for safety competition. Someone will be safe. They will not be able to be evicted from the house, but they will not have a chance at the head of household, which that would be fine with me at this point in the game.
But like we learn coming up that that this isn't the one you want. you want one coming up. This is a more important HOH.
yeah. So they do this. It's a pretty cool, like they have like human art, like statues, like in Vegas.
Yeah,
you see the gold guy.
The ones that were like really against the wall, those were fucking good.
Yeah,
I mean like good. I don't think I would have called it like the one behind the staircase in the kitchen or whatever, like the gray wall one.
Yes. So
I don't think anyone saw that motherfucker.
So what we're explaining to people, I mean, hopefully everyone watched the show. Why would you listen to this podcast if you didn't? But there's a lot of cool art pieces, and like I said, it reminds me of going to Vegas and shit like that, and seeing these human statues that stand there like dressed in all gold or silver, or like these weird tin mans. It was pretty cool, man. I'm all about this. So Tamar ends up, at the end of the day, winning the battle for safety competition.
So for the second time, Tamar, not in danger, again, wins again, and wastes the second twist in the game.
Yeah.
Again.
Right, exactly.
Because the first twist was the mooch, which is bullshit. It was not a fucking twist.
Right. It was bullshit.
So we've had two twists. Tamar wins both. Neither one. Both were not like, thank you for, I mean, like, ugh. So anticlimactic.
It is. And we have another...
I was really hoping Tom, since Tom couldn't win HOH anyways, I was hoping they kind of put that in. I think production put that in for Tom to win.
Yeah, they might have. And we immediately, this episode is like back to back things. So we go immediately after Tamar wins that, they stick with this whole living art theme for the HOH competition. And basically, Lolo, Dina, Ricky, and Candy are running around the house trying to spot the people. And Lolo ends up winning the HOH.
And I think she wins because of Tamar, because Tamar is like really briefly, Tamar's explaining where she was like, did you see the one there? Did you see the one there? Did you see the one there? Prior to the next competition. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like the conversation was pretty close to Lolo. I might be wrong. I didn't go back, rewind, and rewatch.
Right? Hell no.
But it seemed like Lolo kind of paid attention to what Tamar was saying for her first victory.
Yes, and so we know that Lolo wins, and it takes her forever to nominate. And Julie.
But you knew she was gonna say Candy.
Yeah, I know, dude. She was all nervous, like, and they're like, "This is live TV or whatever." And so she nominates Tom and Candy.
Wasn't Candy dead to her earlier, or was it?
Yeah. I thought so.
Or maybe Eva Marie.
Yeah. So we ended up going right from that. Just they're trying to fit a lot into these episodes.
Sure, double evictions are fun episodes.
They are.
So I could have lived with. I could have lived without watching Thursday night's episode right before this.
Right. So we go to the next Power of Veto competition. It's called Cousins, and you're going to have to tell me a little bit about this. It's basically you watch a little sitcom kind of TV show skit deal with former Big Brother players. Again, this is another memory type of competition.
Yeah. Well, it's two players from last season's Celebrity Big Brother. So it's Meta World Peace. He used to be Ron Artest.
Okay, I don't know who Meta. I don't have no clue
Okay,
who that is.
Ron Artest was a basketball player. I believe he played for the Indiana Pacers. He got in a fight. He actually went into the crowd and like strangled a guy in the crowd. He was one of the meanest basketball players ever.
Okay.
And then found I believe he found God. I believe he found spiritualism. I believe he found medication
Yeah.
that was necessary.
Right.
And he changed his name legally to Meta World Peace.
Wow. That's pretty fucking crazy.
And so he goes into the house, and he might be the worst reality contestant. And like he voted for the wrong person. Like he had no idea what he was doing all season long. And on the final vote, he voted for the person that he didn't want to win. Like he was voting them out.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that shit.
And Julie, explains quite thoroughly,
Yes.
especially to him, and he's like, I don't know.
Right. Dude. So we go. They're doing. And who's the other guy? So it's Meta World Peace, and who's the other?
The guy Ross. He was he the man on the street on Jay
Leno or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was known as a Big Brother super fan.
Yeah.
Like you would see him on the red carpet, like he would be like beside Rob C at the finale.
Okay. So that's cool.
I thought he was a little weak contestant. I think he ended up either he won or finished second last season.
Well, it's interesting. So those guys do this little sitcom skit. So they're going through this whole party. They had a party in their house scene. It's called Cousins.
Acting-wise, I thought they did pretty good for
I did too.
For a shitty set. Like I expected it to be much worse.
Yeah, it actually seemed like a realistic sitcom to me. And
a realistic shitty sitcom.
Yeah, so Tamar ends up winning the power of veto.
Humble as always.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, and she ends up not using the POV. Okay?
Yeah.
So we see Tom, who's vulnerable as hell right now.
His eyes, did you notice they were a little watery?
Yes, he gave a great speech, dude, I think.
He wanted to be there.
I really think he gave a great speech.
But and I'm sure they I'm sure they were just like, you know what? If you weren't crazy when you had a fucking sliver of fucking power, we'd probably fucking keep your fucking crazy ass.
Right.
But guess what? You're fucking crazy.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Tom's gone. And the one thing I noticed, man, is he knew he was gone.
Yeah.
Tamar, dude, is dancing and celebrating like crazy, dude, like over the top.
I was disgusted, but I didn't like that.
No,
like that's the kind of shit that Sandra does on Survivor when she votes. Like if you get voted out, like that shit just sucks already. But she has to. And the queen stays. And that's right, motherfucker. I'm still gonna keep talking. And it's just like, bitch, you sent them home. You talked by sending them home. That was talking.
Right. So,
this is their moment. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and the one thing I noticed is he says, hey, Lolo, I really hope you win. And he's hugging everybody. And Tamar, I think, does she finally give him a hug or no? She
shakes his hand.
She shakes it.
It's a reluctant handshake.
Yeah.
So. And before people start, pointing, like Sandra and I are friends. I just and she never did it to me, so it's not a personal thing. I just like on Game Changers, she kept, it's just like stop, like. I don't know. Do I love voting people out? Yes. Do I find a personal satisfaction in it? Yes. A smile is more than enough.
Right. Oh yeah.
And that's disrespectful to some degree.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Fuck it. Well, all I know is two things that I got out of Tom's exit interview.
Before that, he was the nicest person ever in holding the door open for them to look out.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
He held it open and held it open a little more and I was just like, you know what? He might be a little crazy sometimes, but that's a nice fella right there. He might crack into the Jonny Fairplay top 10 nicest.
Wow, that's pretty good. He's on my list.
I mean,
Fuck.
Did you? No one. I mean, like you hear them. It's not like, oh man, I forgot.
Right,
They
right.
tell you, like Raven is just like, please hold that door open. You hear them begging these people to keep the door open.
Yeah.
Tom
Oh,
held the
yeah.
door.
So Tom learns
It's
that,
like Joey Lawrence was the worst. Joey was like, fuck, I didn't
oh,
want to be
God,
here anyway.
no,
Go
no.
fuck yourselves.
So Tom, learns how people behave. He said, I didn't realize people were going to take this shit so seriously, and I'm going to use this in my regular life. And
I don't know how that's possible, but
yeah.
God bless him for trying.
And the other thing I love about Tom, well, I like two things about Tom Green. In addition to that, is one, like I said, I like his beard, and I like that he's fucking rocking the Vans shoes.
The black man, my daughter got those same ones for her birthday 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so props to Tom repping one of my favorite shoe brands, Vans. So, dude, it was a busy day, man. Watching the 3 hours of content,
Yeah.
and it's coming down to the wire, Johnny.
Okay, so let me explain to you how this works in case you didn't catch everything. So we have one final episode, or no, we have 2 episodes. We're gonna have on Monday, I believe, we're gonna have an HOH and a POV a competition, and then on the final episode, 2-hour finale next Wednesday night, it is all right. So we're gonna have HOH, and then POV, and then an eviction. And then the final HOH, whoever wins that, they decide which 2 house guests to evict, and so they essentially choose their opponent as the final 2.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I think it's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see, everyone come back. I was sad to see both Eva Marie and Tom Green go, but you know what?
Yeah, 2 of our favorites.
Yeah, and Ricky's still in the game.
Ricky's still in the game.
Lola's becoming less crazy. Maybe she's getting the D from Ricky or something.
No.
And, I'm just kidding, man.
Who's all right? So going on a limb, who wins Celebrity Big Brother next Wednesday night?
Well, here's one thing you didn't mention is America's going to vote their favorite Big Brother celeb.
I think it's Tamar.
It's Tamar.
Yeah,
It's Tamar.
Yeah. So I think yeah.
I think Lolo could win.
All right. I'm going Ricky Williams.
Okay. I think Ricky's a silent assassin. I think he'd be a great
Yeah.
winner.
Tamar, do not sleep on Tamar.
Yeah, right.
Because she's playing both sides of the house.
Yeah, and she's
If
entertaining.
Tamar's smart, she manipulates Dina or Candy or even Lolo. She breaks up Lolo and Ricky Williams somehow.
Yeah, be
And-
smart.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And I just it's been great. And I went from never watching Big Brother, and it's crazy because time flies, you guys.
Yeah.
And Johnny and I have been doing so much different content. I put stuff on my calendar and of when we're recording, and real life stuff happens. And I'm like, damn, dude, it's already next week. It's over. And yes, it was quick, but it seems just like yesterday that I was bitching about having to do this. So thank you for everyone's support in staying with us.
Let them know how to watch this if they'd like to watch, and if they'd like to see the Legos and Nerf arsenal.
Oh yeah, yes, do that, and we will see you not on. Go ahead.
Well, you'll see us if you go to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW.
Definitely check it out, man. We got next week. We got the second cast assessment for Survivor Edge of Extinction that drops on Wednesday on iTunes and wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And then we have Monday night, we're going to be covering Celebrity Big Brother, and Wednesday night we're covering Celebrity Big Brother. And as a patron, you're going to be able to get Survivor Caramoan, my season. We're going to start the watch along, which drops Monday, and another Q&A on Friday. We got tons of shit going on, so check us out. If you want to support us, That will be fucking awesome, and I think you will not be disappointed. And we will see you next time on Survivor NSFW. Cheers.
Bye.